Hello, travel world, and welcome to another episode of Experience Travel with Katie and Allie. My name is Katie Lilly, and I am the owner of the Travel Marketplace.
And I'm Allie Schultz, expert travel consultant with the Travel Marketplace. Today we're speaking with Ama Waterways, Columba Calicchio, where she discusses the Ama Magna.
Hi, everyone. Nice to be here. Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it.
We're glad to have you back again today. And just before we get into our featured topic today, for our viewers that weren't on last time, could you just introduce yourself again and maybe let them know a little bit who Ama Waterways is?
Sure, would love to. Well, my name is Columba. I've been with Ama Waterways for 7 years now. I came from the big ships, and I was with Royal Caribbean most recently. And the day they announced they were going to put bumper cars on a ship, that's when I said, oh no, enough. I got to get out of here. So, you get a little bit older. You'd like to seek different experiences. And the beauty of a river cruise is that you're on a small ship with a maximum of 196 guests in our case. You're sailing along these beautiful rivers in Central Europe. You're doing the Danube, the Rhine, the Rhone, the Seine in France, the Douro River in Portugal. And it's a really immersive experience. Working for the big ships, they always sold the ships as the destination. Well, with river cruising, it's not about the ship as much as it is about the specific destinations. And there are many river cruise companies out there, but with Ama Waterways, we like to say we do it a little bit differently. It's how we take you to these destinations. We have competitors, just like the big ships. Why are the differences? Why do some people choose one cruise line over another? Same thing with river cruises. We have competitors, but we feel that the way we do it is the best way, obviously. We carry fewer passengers. We're more inclusive without being all-inclusive. And you'll see that there's such a variety of things to do on land during the day. So it's not about the ship, it's more about the destination. We include more, fabulous wines, fabulous food. When we talk about the food, I like to say we're cooking for 156 people on average. That's like a lifeboat on the big ships, let's face it. So it's really about getting to know your fellow guests, getting to know the destination, and feeling that immersive experience and getting the full flavor, because the food is locally sourced. It's not like a big ship where you go on a cruise in Europe and you have a certain Caribbean, you have a certain menu. Then you go to Europe, it's pretty much the same menu. With us, it's about tasting that Hungarian goulash when you're in Budapest, having the Wiener Schnitzel when you're in Austria, visiting the sites where The Sound of Music was filmed, where the church where Maria marries Von Trapp. It's just all such beauty and such history, culinary delights, really spectacular. So it's really about the destinations. That's the major difference.
Well, we're glad to have you today. And today we're going to be featuring one of your newer ships, Ama's Magna. Columba, can you let everybody know a little bit about this ship?
Well, I was talking about working for a big cruise line before, and Ama Magna came into play because of that fact. We're really trying to attract the big cruise ship people that have been saying for years, I'd really like to try a river cruise, but I don't know. The cabins are small. There's not enough variety. I need a little bit more. So the Ama Magna is twice the width of our standard river cruise ship, which is a fantastic feature. The only negative is that you can only fit along the Danube River, which is not really negative because that's the number one choice for most people that want to take a river cruise. The Danube is like the number one destination. As you see in my background, a beautiful picture of the Parliament building in Budapest, which is spectacular. So the Magna is twice the width. And when I talk about variety, most of our ships have a main restaurant and a specialty restaurant. Well, the Ama Magna actually features 4 different dining venues, all included in the price. So we have a fantastic main restaurant where the menu changes every night, wonderful delights that you can choose from. Then we have the chef's table, which is our specialty restaurant. We also have al fresco, which is a farm to table kind of a restaurant right at the very front of the ship, where the windows come down in the front. So you have beautiful vistas while you're sailing along with open air. And it also has glass skylights. So you really feel like you're outside dining, but it's really indoors. And then we also have another specialty restaurant called Jimmy's Restaurant, which is the same menu as the main dining room, but it's served more of a family style. So you'll be sitting at high top tables. It's more of a pubby kind of an atmosphere, and everything's served family style. Things are passed around, plates are passed, and little tastings of lots of different things. So it's a really wonderful experience, and we're giving the guests more variety. When we talk about the space on the ship and the staterooms, the minimum category stateroom is over 200 square feet, which is huge for a river cruise ship. And then we have one maximum stateroom, which is the owner's suite, which is over 700 square feet. But our average staterooms go from 355 to 465 square feet, which again, for a river cruise ship, that's large. That's like a mini suite on the big cruise ships. So we're trying to open up a little bit more, trying to make it more appealing for those big ship people that want more. And it's been in operation since May of last year. And what we're finding is guests are really enjoying just being on the ship and enjoying all it has to offer. The lounge, of course, is much larger. The gym is much larger. We have a pool and a jacuzzi on the top deck. We have a spa, so you can get a massage. And this is the only ship of our fleet that offers also manicure, pedicure services. So it's really offering a little bit more. And I don't know if we mentioned this on the last call, but we have a partnership with Disney. Adventures by Disney uses our ships. They're not using the Magna yet, but since that partnership has began, we have started building our new ships with triples, quads, and connecting staterooms. So we're embracing families coming on our ships. We love the partnership with Disney because it's brought us a whole new audience of people that would have never considered a river cruise before. Now, for those of you that think of this and listening and say, oh, no, I don't want to be on a ship with a bunch of kids, that's not the case at all, because the Adventures by Disney dates are totally separate dates. So there's no mistaking booking clients on a ship of ours with kids. I mean, we'll have a few here and there, but the Adventure by Disney dates are totally different. So if people really want to travel with family, multi-generational, our ships will accommodate families. And let's face it, nowadays, even kids, they're a bit spoiled, right? They've been cruising since they're babies. Why not take them to see the real castles, the real palaces, the real places where history was made, the beautiful scenery like you see behind me, the real thing. And because we have active activities, we have bike tours, we have hiking tours, teenage kids, as long as they're not picky eaters, if they're good eaters and they love experiencing good cuisine, they'll have a great time on our cruises without, having to go Disney. If they want the Disney experience, absolutely go with Adventures by Disney because they do things a little bit differently. They have guides specifically for tours for kids. They take them to different parts of the cities. But if they're just teenage kids and want to go on a family vacation with Ama Waterways, most of our newer ships from 2016 up can accommodate families.
It's good to know.
Yeah,
it really is. Well, I think this is a good time. Columba, let's take a look at this magnificent ship.
In May 2019, Europe's regal Danube River will welcome another jewel in her crown, the Ama Magna. At twice the width of traditional river cruise ships, yet carrying only 196 guests, this gem has been crafted by Ama Waterways to meet the needs of discerning cruise travelers. The sun deck offers a pool, whirlpool, bar, barbecue, walking track, and plenty of spaces to view the Danube's rolling vineyards and majestic cities. The alfresco restaurant at the front features a dining area with both retractable roof and windows that invites Europe's natural splendors and gentle breezes inside. A pop-up elevator provides easy access to the sun deck, while a water sports platform opens to reveal a sundowner boat and leisure platform. A view of the ship's decks reveals just how much luxurious personal space Ama Magna provides, with its mostly all-suite accommodations, measuring from 355 to 710 square feet, and featuring full balconies. The main lounge is the place to enjoy entertainment, while the expansive Zen Wellness Studio is the place to get active or to indulge in a spa treatment. The alfresco restaurant, the main restaurant, the chef's table, and Jimmy's wine bar restaurant entice guests with exquisite dining experiences. Built with the environment in mind, Ama Magna is an eco-friendly ship with quieter and more fuel-efficient engines. Ama Magna has been designed to take the river cruise experience to a new, unique level. Welcome aboard.
Okay. Columba, this ship looks absolutely beautiful. I love all the features on the ship. The sports platform, that's very unique. I've never seen anything like that, and it kind of gives a unique dining experience. I think that's really neat. The al fresco, I know you touched on that on the front of the boat, and I love how it's got the retractable roof and windows. So it sort of brings, and I know you did mention that, but it brings the outside in and makes you feel kind of like you're more immersed in everything, which is, it's pretty cool that you guys have that.
Yeah, and I got to go on the ship actually. January, we had our sales meeting on board. So it was really, I mean, I've been on our standard ships, I've been on our smaller ships. Going on the Magna, just walking the corridors when you go into your stateroom, it's just amazing. The width of the ship just adds so much. The lounge is so much larger. You know, it's still got all the great features that we offer, you know, all the complimentary features that we have, the excursions, of course, the beer, wine, soda with lunch and dinner. But the showroom is much larger. And what I really love, because, you know, sometimes we only have one lounge on all of our ships. But the beauty of the Ama Magna is that there's these two little spin-off, we call them libraries, on each side of the lounge. But in the evening, you know, there's some people that might not be interested in the entertainment, but they still want to hang out, they want to talk. And on our regular ships, they get a little annoying because they're at the bar talking and people are like, shh, shh, you know, while the show's going on. But now we've got these little spin-off lounges where they can go, hang out, have cocktails, and kind of be away from the entertainment. Then when the entertainment's over, they can come back up and enjoy the rest of the crowd on board the ship. So it's got so many beautiful features. And the other thing I forgot to mention, but you saw in the video, there's a cinema on board, which is so unusual. So if we have young adults on board, it's got that whatever that kid like game that you play with the screen, like Nintendo, but is that an old phrase? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Whatever that kids play nowadays. But you can actually go and watch a film. And what it's also great for is if you have clients of yours that might want to hold meetings on board the ship. Generally, on our other ships, we can only do meetings like in this specialty restaurant because that's not used during the day. But this ship offers more venues, more little spots where you can hold private meetings if you wanted to. So it really lends itself to more groups than individuals, which is nice.
That is
I
really
also noticed, does it have a juice bar on board?
You know what, that's a really good point that you brought up, because I forgot to mention that in the gym area. This gym actually has a workout area that you can work out in the gym, because normally we'll do our classes up on the top deck. You know, there's no room in the gym. There's gym equipment, but there's no room in the gym. On this ship, you actually have a gym and you have a bar area that serves fantastic juices, all complimentary. There'll be different flavors every day. So it makes it a little bit more interesting too. On our regular ships, we always have like the detox waters and little sample protein drinks in the morning, but this allows you to have it right in the gym where the people are working out, which is nice.
That is nice. And I like too, I think that it has a walking track, which I think is nice as well.
Yes, all of our ships have a walking track, but of course this one's a bit longer. And again, all of our ships have wellness coaches on board in Europe and in Vietnam and Cambodia. So on this ship, they can do a lot more. You know, with the wellness coaches, it's fleet-wide. People have really embraced this. They're getting people up in the morning doing core strengthening, resistance band training classes. They'll even have sign-up sheets to go for an afternoon walk or an afternoon jog, depending on who signs up. I'll never forget when I did my Bordeaux cruise, I saw there was a sign-up sheet. I signed up. Turns out I was the only one. Now, I'm by no means a runner, a jogger. I like to walk at a fast pace. So Ricardo was my coach, and I said, listen, if you want to go back to your cabin, I have no problem. I won't tell anybody. I'm going to go back to my cabin. He said, no. We'll do it at your pace. I said, my pace? He says, yeah. I said, okay. I went to my cabin, got my camera, and we took a beautiful walking tour. He took me down these little streets in Bordeaux that I hadn't been down, and I just loved taking photos. So we had a really nice 45-minute photo opportunity day. So it was really nice. So whatever you want to do, that's what they're there for.
Nice.
That does sound really nice. So the Danube, and fun fact that people that might not know about this, the Danube is actually the second largest river at 1,700 miles. and it goes through 10 countries.
10 countries, yes.
Yeah. So
Isn't that
that's sort of a fun fact. So what itineraries or locations does this ship go to?
Well, we do. We were doing the Upper Danube all along, you know, from like say Vilshofen to Budapest. But now we're actually going to the Lower Danube as well. If you take a look at the brochure, it's called the Gems of Southeast Europe. You can actually now go through the Iron Gates and into Romania. And we're one of the stops, which is an itinerary I'm dying to do because I've done the Upper Danube many times, but the Lower Danube actually takes you into Romania and Transylvania. You'll get to visit Dracula's castle, which I have such a fascination with that stuff. So really beautiful part of the world. You know, we want to just say that, you know, because of her width, the Danube is the only river that has locks where two ships can ordinarily pass together, one going in one direction, the other direction, or two together this way. But because the Magna is wider than any other cruise ship, she can only fit on the Danube because that double wide lock will accommodate her alone. You know, she's a little chubbier than any other ship that goes up there, so she goes by herself. Anywhere else, she wouldn't fit because of the restrictions of the locks. So I don't want to like diminish that in any means because the Danube, as I said, is like the #1 for first-time river cruises. Sure. And the beauty of going with Ama Waterways is even if you've done the Danube with another cruise company, you can come do it with Ama and do it a whole different way. Because of the excursions that we offer and the choices that we offer, I've done the Danube many times. And every time I've done it, say I'm in Linz, that's the most spectacular day because the choices of options you have that day. You can do the Austrian lake excursion, which takes you to the most beautiful scenic lakes in Austria. You can do the Salzburg full day extension, which gives you a full day of visiting that beautiful musical city, you know, Mozart and Strauss and all that wonderful and Sound of Music, obviously. You can take another excursion that takes you into the Czech Republic. You'll go to Český Krumlov for the day, which is, you know, in another country on that day that you're visiting Linz. So every time you go, you can do something different. It's just amazing. And you know what I love about it is that if you're going with a group, family, friends, you don't all have to do the same thing. The beauty of this is everybody gets to do what they want. You want to take a bike tour, you want to take a hiking tour, you want to take a sightseeing tour, then you come together for dinner and you talk about how fantastic your day was. So no matter how many times you've done the Danube, do it one more time and come try it with Ama because you'll find something different about it every time you do it.
And I just wanted to mention really quick, does the new ship, the Ama Magna, does it have itineraries to do like the Christmas markets?
Yes, it does. So Christmas markets are very popular, of course, on the Danube. They're spectacular. I actually did one last year. I absolutely loved it. Christmas markets open the Sunday after Thanksgiving and go through Christmas Day. So any itinerary that you look at, we do them on the Rhine as well, but of course it won't be on the Magna. And the Danube are the two most popular. And actually, we're going to talk about France in another segment, but normally our French itineraries end earlier. Next year, we're going to go a little bit further into the year, and you'll be able to visit some small French Christmas markets as well. So really great opportunity. You know, the nice thing is if your clients are from the New York or the Northeast area, they've got the clothes for this and they love it. But Floridians love it too because they don't get that experience. And it really is special. I remember the first time I went to the first Christmas market, it was just all the different kiosks that were open on the wooden boxes, and they're all selling this fantastic wares and fantastic foods. I remember when I went last year, they was having samples of cheese. So I take this sample of this fantastic cheese with truffle. So I said, all right, give me a piece of that. And she says, how big? And she's, you know, holding the knife and a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. She cuts it, gives it to me. I spent $90 on a chunk of cheese.
Oh my gosh.
But it was amazing.
It's probably really good.
Yeah.
I didn't mind at all. I took a little taste while I was on the cruise. The rest I took home, and I ate little pieces every day, and it was just amazing. You know, silly things that you do when you're on vacation. What can I say?
It's the experience, right?
Exactly.
Experience.
And all the mulled wine that you drink, and you can go from station to station with your same mug, and they'll refill it at each different place, and it's just such a magical time. We went to this one Christmas market, I think it was Salzburg. There's actually an ice skating rink that goes around. It's not a rink like we're used to, like seeing it right at Rockefeller Center, it's like a track, and all of a sudden you see something whizzing by you, and it's a skater. You know, it's just amazing. Really wonderful experience. I highly encourage anybody that likes winter vacations. It's you know, a little bit lighter on the ship because you know, less crowded, I would say, because people always gravitate towards the spring and the summer and the fall dates. So the winter, you know, it's you bundle up. It's you wear the right clothes. But I love it. I just feel like it's invigorating. I like to be cold on vacation. The only time I want to be hot is when I'm at the beach. So to me, it's just very invigorating. I love it.
Agreed.
Yeah, sounds pretty incredible. And one more thing that I did want to mention briefly is, I know it talks about it in the video, but this ship is eco-friendly. Can you explain to our viewers what that means?
Yes, well, all fleet-wide, we're going more eco-friendly as far as our what we serve on board. Like when you walked into your stateroom before, bottled water was included with us, and we would replenish it on a daily basis, and you'd find 2 bottles of, you know, plastic water bottles. Now we're using glass bottles in the staterooms. When you get off the ship, we were always handing out water bottles as well for excursions. Now we're doing boxed water. We're also, this ship is also eco-friendly as far as the engines. And you know, it's burning less fuel, so it's more eco-friendly in that regard. We're trying to come up with other things that we're doing too, you know, on board the ship, and it's just evolving constantly. Like when you would come back from an excursion, we, you know, give hot toddies and all that kind of stuff. When you come on with nice, instead of plastic cups, now we're using China cups, you know, and that kind of thing. So just trying to be more conscious of waste on board the ship. So eco-friendly as far as the engines, the bottled water now is glass, and much more friendly that way. So we're not getting all this plastic waste on the rivers.
Well, that sounds great. Is there anything else that you'd like to say about the Ama Magna?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very unique experience. If you've done a river cruise before and you enjoyed the experience, this might be a different experience totally for you. If you've never tried a river cruise and you've always thought that, you know, 100, and again, 150 is our standard. This has 196. So it's only 45, 50 more people. But when you talk about the width and the size of the staterooms, I mean, the state of the art of the staterooms as well. All of our ships have the TVs, of course, and we all have, all the staterooms have a Apple TV. This one has the TV and a separate computer, so it's not one unit. It also has iPads. You can go into your stateroom, there's a display on the wall that you can control the lighting, that you can control the temperature in the stateroom. And it's on an iPad as well. So you're in bed, you want to read, you can turn the lights to just reading, you can turn it to romantic setting, you can open all the lights, all controlled from your iPad. It's so high tech and so unique. So if you think like river cruising is an old-fashioned fuddy-duddy kind of a vacation, on the Ama Magna, it's very, very current, very, very modern, and I think people will really enjoy and embrace the experience. We'd love to have them come join us.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you again for joining us today, Columba. And thank you everyone for experiencing travel with the travel marketplace in Ama Waterways. If you'd like any more information on Ama Waterways or on our featured ship today, the Ama Magna, please feel free to contact the travel marketplace. Until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep dreaming about your next travel experience.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.